Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and this week we'll be having an in-depth look at a mammoth 8-race card at Fanny Bay at Queen's Birthday, the 9th of June. With the unfortunate abandonment of the Adelaide River races last weekend, a race has been added and another divided at Fanny Bay this weekend, giving a total of 8 races and some 73 acceptors. We'll leave our locals and arriving visitors for another week before we put them on the spot as we edge ever closer to day one of the carnival on the 7th of July, and we'll do our best to tip you into a few winners on what promises to be an excellent day of racing. In the first, the 0 to 64 1300, my numbers are 7, 8, 4 and 6. I've got number 7 on top here, Annabella, in the hands of Felicia Bergstrand, trained by Bob Richard. Was a very, very good winner last time out over 1200 metres. Steps up to the 1300 metres this time, but I can't see any reason why the horse won't be very, very hard to beat again. It had been consistent leading up to that win, and I've got it clearly on top here. Ahead of number 8, French Tasson. Good run last time behind Tipsy on Red for second at the 26th of May meeting here. This one from the stable of Tayan Holter and to be ridden by Raymond Viger. In for third, number 4, Tipsy on Red, a good last start winner, trained by Kerry Petrick, and Wayne Davis continues his great association with this consistent galloper. And in for fourth, number 6, Desiree. Those numbers 7, 8, 4 and 6 in the first. In the second, it's the Darwin Corporate Park Handicap. It's the first division of the 0 to 58 over the 1300 metres, and my numbers are 6, 4, 7 and 1. We've got number 6 on top here in a tough race, and that's Ombramani from the stable of Kerry Petrick, and Paul Denton taking the mount on this horse. Was a pretty handy third, I thought, last time out behind Annabella, and although beaten some 6 lengths, I thought it was doing its best work over the concluding stages, and the extra 100 metres should suit. So number 6 on top for me. Ahead of number 4, the Alice Springs visitor Halo Gem from the informed stable of Pioneer Sprint winning trainer Mark Nyan. Kim Gladwin takes the mount. Good third at Alice on the 27th of May. It's fit and hard and has won here in Darwin in the past. In for third, number 7, Bo Zephyr. Strung a couple of wins together just a month or two back. Its last couple of runs have been only ordinary, but I expect it to get back to somewhere near its best form for trainer Gary Clark. Stephen Riddler aboard. And in for fourth, the resuming number 1, Hey Charlie. Those numbers 6, 4, 7 and 1. The third on Saturday is the second division of the 0 to 58 1300. It's the Southern Cross Television Handicap. The numbers here 3, 5, 9 and 2. I'm going with number 3, Windsor Cup on top. We tipped it last time it raced here and it rattled home to run second. I can see it going one better this time. Paul Shires goes on for iconic territory trainer Sheila Arnold, and Windsor Cup for me, number 3. Ahead of number 5, Merveille. Great to see this horse win last time out for trainer Leah Walling-Denton. Brendan Davis retains the mount, and now it's found form. I can see it going on with the job. In for third, number 9, Planet Earth, the Alice Springs visitor, trained by Greg Connor. Jared Todd takes the mount. This horse has been in consistent form lately, including a couple of placings behind the Alice Springs Cup winner in Ash Gray. And in for fourth, number 2, Duke of York. 3, 5, 9 and 2 in the third. The fourth on Queen's Birthday Saturday is the Sitzler Handicap. It's for the Class 5 3-year-olds over 1200 metres. Really looking forward to this contest. And my numbers here 3, 2, 7 and 8. Funnily enough, I'm going with the same 4 horses in the same order of the last 3-year-old race here a fortnight ago. Led by number 3, Cunning Moves. He's trained and will be ridden by Carl Spry. It was a good win last time out. He drew wide, had to do some work early, was getting tired the last bit, but held on gamely. And even though it's an extra 100 metres, I can see him being very hard to beat again. Number 3, Cunning Moves. Ahead of the horse that really took the eye and chasing him home in number 2, Ice Hunt, from the stable of Jason Manning and Vanessa Arnott aboard. Meets the winner 1.5 kilos better this time, and it's certainly the biggest opposition to Cunning Moves. In for third, number 7, Alan Tours. I like this horse. It's been doing a good job for Angela Forster. As I mentioned, it was third behind Cunning Moves and Ice Hunt last time out, and I think the further they go, the better this one will be. Jared Todd takes the mount. And in for fourth, number 8, Toorak Road, trained by the very popular Johnny Peacock and Ray Viger aboard. And once again, this horse, the extra 100 metres should suit. Those numbers in a really good 3-year-old event, 3, 2, 7 and 8. In the fifth on the 8-race card, it's the QBE Handicap. And it's for the benchmark 76 gallopers over the 1100 metres. Got 2 benchmark 76, one over 1100, and of course the new race over the 1600. But the 1100, my numbers 5, 3, 7 and 4. I'm going with David Bates's number 5, Hearts Ablaze. Really good run when resuming behind Killam. That was on the 13th of April. David doesn't over-race this 5-year-old mare by Dane Shadow, but I think with that break in between runs in a fresh state with Brendan Davis aboard and dropping 4.5 kilos, I think it's the horse to beat. Number 5 on top for me. Ahead of number 3, Cadman. 2 years ago during the carnival here, this grey gelding trained by Merv Rumble carried all before him. He won 4 races during the carnival. Wasn't quite the same last year, but leading into this carnival, I think he's back in somewhere near his best form. Won a good race at Tennant Creek just a few weeks back, finishing 4th, and Stephen Ridler continues his association with Cadman. Got him in to run second. In for third, another grey, the enigmatic number 7, Woogie, from the Gary Clark stable. Kim Gladwin takes the mount. She's a funny mare this. On her day, she's very, very good, but she does have days where she's not that good. So hopefully she has one of her going days. Number 7, Woogie, and in for 4th, number 4, Tea Tree Gully. Those numbers, 5, 3, 7 and 4. The 6th on the cards, the Allura Gardens Nursery. It's the 0 to 64 over 1,100 metres. My numbers here, 7, 4, 5 and 1. Evil Miss for me, number 7. Looking to give David Bates a race-to-race double. And this little mare was really good last time behind Mavericks, only just beaten on that occasion when taken on in the run. 1,100 metres is as far as she wants to go, but with Brendan Davis aboard, he'll give her every chance. Number 7 on top for me, Evil Miss. Ahead of number 4, Also Adamus. You couldn't wish for a more consistent galloper than this Carl Spry trained horse. Carl takes the mount, 3 thirds, 2 seconds his last 5 starts, and he'll race really well again. In for third, number 5, Alphabetic, from the stable of Heather Lehman. This horse won the Rose Bowl 2 years ago here during the carnival and has had a couple of wins in Darwin over the years, and was a last start winner at Narracourt back on the 4th of March. Kayla Cross takes the mount, and in for 4th, number 1, the Resuming On Your Way. Hasn't raced for almost 12 months. Those numbers, 7, 4, 5 and 1. The 7th, the Arafura line markers. It's for Class 2 gallopers over the 1,000 metres. My numbers here, 8, 2, 5 and 10. Found this a tricky race to work out, but I've gone with number 8, the last start winner, and that's Puzzled Princess. Just having a bit of trouble with the old paperwork there. Puzzled Princess, Kim Gladwin takes the mount for Tayan Holter. Good winner last time out over the 1,100. The drop back in trips probably the only question, but she was really good last time, was Puzzled Princess, and I've got her on top again. Ahead of another last start winner, number 2, Tregoric, Felicia Bergstrand for Bob Richard. Did a good job in winning on the 12th of May here over the 1,000, so at the same trip again will be hard to beat. In for third, number 5, that's Iron Jake. I thought he was a little disappointing last time behind Tregoric, but I'm prepared to give him another chance. Brendan Davis for Gary Clark. And my 4th selection is number 10, Sandhill Express. Those numbers, 8, 2, 5 and 10. And in the last on the card, it's the Ladbrokes Handicap. And a really good race at the benchmark 76 over 1,600 metres. And my numbers here, 3, 2, 1 and 8. I'm going with the St Paddy's Cup winner here, number 3, the Wild Side, trained by Phil Cole and Jared Todd aboard. She really impressed me last time out, went over a 2-short trip, 1,200 metres. She rattled home behind Kiss the Condor. The 1,600 will suit her. She was going to go to Adelaide River the other day, as a number of these horses were, and I think back on a home track she'll be hard to beat with 55 kilograms. Number 3 for me, the Wild Side. Ahead of number 2, Lotion, racing tremendously well, the Tennant Creek Cup winner, trained by Angela Forster. Also won at Alice Springs on Cup Day for Angela, did Lotion. Brendan Davis, he took the mount at Tennant Creek and he retains the association and will be right in the party. In for third, number 1, Electric Crimson. He really disappointed on Alice Springs Cup Day in the big race, finishing towards the rear for trainer Dick Leach. Paul Shires takes the mount this week, and I'm prepared to give him another chance. He's a classy horse on his day, and 1,600 metres should suit him at this stage. And in for 4th, Senior Council, trained by John Peacock, number 8 in the race. Mel Tyndall, so great to see Mel back riding. Of course, she's now a police constable, but mixes that occupation with that of a jockey, and I've got him in to run 4th, Senior Council. So those numbers, 3, 2, 1 and 8. The best bet in Darwin this Saturday comes up in race 3, number 3 Windsor Cup. Race 3, number 3 Windsor Cup. While the best roughie I've got in race 6, number 3, the Resuming Harlequin Bells. Race 6, number 3 Harlequin Bells. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again next week in advance of the QBE Cup Day, the 16th of June. In the meantime, good luck and good punting.